Hello and welcome to the pilot episode of Introduction to Mixed Reality Development. I'm Jonas. I'm an XR developer and researcher for Inholland Composites here in Delft, and will host a couple of videos to show you how to set up properly and get started with mixed reality development using the Unity game engine. Within this series of videos, you will learn how to install everything you need, use Unity to an extent where you can start to develop applications for Microsoft HoloLens, and of course how to deploy them to your device so you can actually show them, experience them on your own, and of course present them to whoever you want to present it to be honest. But why should you do this? Why is mixed reality such a hot topic right now? Well, most of you are probably already aware of rising technologies, topics, or words, phrases like digital twins, augmented reality, advanced manufacturing, smart industry, or Industry 4.0, etc. However, what does this mean for companies, research institutes, and you? And what are those phrases actually supposed to tell you? Like, what is advanced manufacturing? What is augmented reality? Well, these topics all kind of go hand in hand with each other to some extent. Most of these technologies are based on massive amounts of data, live streams, sensor data, machine schedule, whatever, the list goes on and on. Now, when we combine all of those streams and cluster them in a single framework, we refer to this as a digital twin. In simple words, we recreate the physical world virtually, and we fill in all the data that we have, or that we want to try out. Now, this has a variety of benefits. We can design and test new parts before they're even available, or we can collaborate easily with industrial partners, just to name a few. And this is exactly where augmented and virtual reality becomes interesting for us. We cannot enter the virtual world, full stop, we just can't. However, we have all of our precious data there, new designs, CFD simulation, structural analysis, etc. However, what we can do, we can alter the vision of a user. Using this, we can achieve the reverse of entering the virtual world and bring the digital world into ours. Now, this is referred to as mixed reality because suddenly the barrier between virtual and real world are relatively fluent. They're not hard barriers anymore. Anyway, so we can alter the traditional perception of a user with digital objects. For example, you can look at your dining table and see an artificial vase standing there, or a holographic vase to be precise. And it will keep standing there. You can walk around it, it will always be in the same spot. Now, this is a very trivial example, but we can also do this with machines. We can do this with entire rooms. We can fill in new designs that we have and overlay them on an already existing structure. Now, especially for such use cases, the most prominent device to utilize this technology is the Microsoft HoloLens and its successor, the HoloLens 2. However, you can do that with a multitude of devices. However, those ones are the most prominent off-the-shelf devices that are currently available as of end of 2020. And of course, because these ones are the go-to devices for this technology, these are the ones we want to develop for. And these are the ones that we want to utilize later on to show our work. And this is exactly what this series is about. So what are we actually going to do within this video series? Well, since this is a major new technology on the rise, naturally it is important to be able to utilize its benefits, or at least understand how it works. Unfortunately, there is not much out there telling us how we can do that, making it, to be honest, a pretty cumbersome process in the beginning. It's very time consuming, and if you don't know what you're doing, it can be really frustrating, simply because there is a lack of documentation at the moment. So this is exactly what this series of tutorials is for. Within the series, we will cover the basics of AR, VR, MR development using Unity 3D, talk about the definitions, the vocabulary, all of that good stuff. And in the end, you will understand the basics of all major aspects and topics surrounding this. And even better though, once all of these topics are covered, explained, the definitions are given, we will then proceed to actual development and create something like an exploded view of an assembly, which can be viewed in AR. Roughly something like what you can see right now. This is an application that was made at Inholland Composites in collaboration with Dutch VR during the first half of 2020, which shows one of our major projects, Project Dragonfly, in AR with an exploded view and a couple of other features, but for the sake of this tutorial series we will cover the exploded view, and you will be able to make this on your own for your own design and show it to your friends, maybe present it in a peer review, or simply impress your boss and ask for a pay raise because you have a new skill. So yeah, so long until the next episode, where we will discuss the basic terminology in this field of engineering or software development, and also go a bit over the overall schedule of this video series a bit more in detail.